Praise be Jesus Christ, now and forever. As usual, most of you will be receiving this nugget on Thursday, which is in fact Ascension Day. Liturgical nonsense might have it that it's this coming Sunday, Ascension Thursday Sunday, but it is Ascension Day today, 40 days after Easter. The following Sunday is Pentecost Sunday, traditionally the end of Eastertide, although in a sense all time is now Easter time. Celebrating the Feast of the Ascension is always difficult, in a sense, for our visual senses, images of Jesus like a small spaceship taking off from the earth. I'm sure I've said this before, but I still remember the wisest words I've ever heard about the Feast of the Ascension from a 10-year-old boy when I was celebrating a school mass. When I asked the children, "Where has Jesus gone?" the little boy said, "He was beyond time and space." I still think that's a better answer than any doctor of the church. We have to follow the progress of the events as depicted in the Gospel to get a clearer sense of the meaning of the feast without necessarily saying we understand it completely. Who could? At the centre, of course, is the life-changing, the eternally significant moment of the resurrection. Put simply, after the resurrection, everything is changed, or rather fulfilled. As I did through the season of Lent, I've once more been helped, and I hope you are too, by reading some poetry, once more by my new favourite poet, the Anglican clergyman and professor Malcolm Guite. Chesterton remarked once that a prose sentence is quite unlike a sentence in poetry, which is why I think a piece of poetry can help us see, in a sense, at least in the mind's eye, in a way we might not with a simple explanation. I'll read Guite's poem Ascension in full, and then pick out a couple of lines which helped me and might help you. He wrote, "We saw his light break through the cloud of glory, whilst we were rooted still in time and place. As earth became a part of heaven's story, and heaven opened to his human face. We saw him go, and yet we were not parted. He took us with him to the heart of things. The heart that broke for all the broken-hearted is whole and heaven-centered now, and sings in the strength that rises out of weakness, sings through the clouds that veil him from our sight, whilst we ourselves become his clouds of witness and sing the waning darkness into light. His light in us and ours in him concealed, which all creation waits to see revealed." The central meaning or the theological truth imparted from the mystery of the Ascension is that because of the Lord's humanity, as with his divinity, a baptized person is now part of the life of heaven. Where he has gone, we will follow. Our physical being, our earthiness, because of the resurrection and ascension, is somehow part of the life of heaven. This has tremendous ramifications for us. So Guite can write, "Earth becomes part of heaven's joy, and heaven opened to his human face." He goes on, "He took us with him to the heart of things." I find that line and that image immensely helpful and comforting. In some way, all our earthly struggles, our ups and downs, and all that is good is in the heart of things which is God. It's an echo of Paul's cry, an act of faith, that nothing can separate us from the love of God. The mystery of the Ascension, as with the beautiful feast of the Assumption of Our Lady, is that we will be known and know. We were not created in vain, and we have a future, not as disembodied spirits, but as people. Then a final and stunning thought. We ourselves become his clouds of witness. The cloud always seen as a symbol of the presence of God, the cloud into which Jesus is taken. We are now his clouds of witness, martyrs, men and women who will show Jesus to a world who thinks he's disappeared, when he is in fact living in and through us. Brethren, rejoice, be perfected, be comforted, be of the same mind, be at peace, and the God of peace and love will be with you.